Hello, everybody. We are going to start and have our digital cheetah training. We are going to walk through both the mobile and desktop version of digital cheetah, or DC as you will commonly hear it called. So the agenda for the event tonight is going over the Seeing Spot app, which is the mobile application for DC, and signing up for shifts, looking at contacts, and just some other really unique opportunities to see that on the app. And then we'll go into the desktop version, which is a little bit more accessible and has a lot more information. So both you will definitely be utilizing. So first, the Seeing Spot mobile app. You can download Digital Cheetah either on the Apple Store or Google Play Store. It is Seeing Spot. Both of them are up there on the screen, and you will log in with your email or phone number that it was on your application. If you've changed that, whatever is on your current profile with the Junior League. So what exactly do you see when you join into the mobile app? You're first going to log in and you're going to see this activity feed. Right now, you probably won't see a whole lot of different items on there. This more comes up and will change once you are on a committee next year, and you'll see emails coming in or different posts that happen in the groups that you were there. But this will be the main page just specifically on the mobile app, where you will start getting that activity feed. Right now, you'll see people's profiles, the updated pictures, things along that nature. But as you join a committee, you'll start getting that other types of information. So next, we are going to go over what you see when you click on this hamburger, which is the menu. So when you go there, you will see a lot of different options. So everything from profile to contacts, all the way down to your membership card. And we'll go over the majority of these items. Some of them we won't go very in depth because they are not able to be used unless you are a chair of a committee. So first and foremost is your profile. Please make sure your information is all correct. And if not, please make sure to update it. You can also update your profile picture. This you will do on the desktop version of it. And it just helps people kind of know who you are. That way, when you're out and about, if someone hasn't met you, they can kind of at least get an idea of who you might be. This is a great way to know how to contact individuals. This really kind of more comes into play when you're out at a shift and you're running late and need to contact the individual that is your shift person if you need that information. If you're looking to contact someone in your provisional group, something along that nature. So you have their cell phone and email that's right in there. The next is contacts. So you can search for anybody within the Junior League of Phoenix, and you can search by name or by placement on the mobile app. And this is a great way if you're wanting to learn about, hey, who's actually in charge of the membership team? Who is that VP? Or you can look at, hey, who's actually on the training team? So you can do that. Or if you know someone's name and you wanted to know how to get in touch with them, you do that. The one big thing, and I will reiterate this again later on in the deck, is that this is really only to contact people for specific league reasons. You are not allowed to use this information to solicit non-league information. Please make sure to keep that in mind. So you can favorite people as well. So one recommendation we have is to favorite the people in your small provisional groups and your advisors. You do not have to, but then that way you can quickly bring them up. I'm sure most of you have probably already added them into your phones anyways, but it's always a great way to have just in case you need a quick reference. And then groups. Groups will really not become a thing until you are on a committee next year. However, every single year you are put into your groups of what different reports you're in, or if there's anything along that nature. So for example, if you are a chair of a committee, most likely you are going to be on the specific committee you're assigned to, and then you're also going to be on another one called reports, which is where you put monthly reports, things along that nature. So you can actually group everyone by specific groups on here, and that way you can also look at specific information as well. Again, this has really become more important once you are on a committee, which will be next year, but it's really good information to have now. The calendar tab. So on this tab, you can see both all events or switch over to and just see your events. These are either all the events within the Junior League that are having in a specific time period, and you can truly scroll and whatever is there, you're able to see. And then also you can see your events, which are the specific events that you are registered for. You typically can sign up for events about 30 days in advance. There are a couple exceptions to that, but most often it is 30 days in advance. If anything is above and beyond that, I know there will be some provisional events that we open up a little bit earlier than that. Once when rummage comes around, usually that's open much earlier than 30 days. But we've noticed that a lot of individuals don't mark it on their own personal calendar, so that way they don't register for event in September for April and forget about it. This way, you're kind of being more in tune of what your schedule is like. So that's why we have that 30-day in advance rule. And then also canceling. You can cancel. One big thing to keep in mind is almost all events you have to cancel with outside of 72 hours. If you don't, you're not going to be able to cancel that reservation. Now, specifically with a volunteer shift, it is your responsibility to find a replacement if you cannot go and you are trying to cancel within those 72 hours, or you are going to have to make up that event credit and you'll get an additional one tacked on. So please keep aware of that. It is very important to be aware of. Usually people will help and fill in shifts when they can. Usually you can post on Facebook. I know a lot of individuals in the provisional class this year are not on Facebook, so you can try to work with your advisor, reach out to other women in your group to see if anyone can either post it on Facebook and or cover the shift for you. But make sure to keep that in mind because that is a very, very big thing to be aware of. And then you can also filter by events as well, which is up on that little filter key. The next one is accessing the website. So from the mobile app itself, you can access the website, which the website has a lot more functionality than the mobile app. Here you can review your credits. So this is the main page when you log in. It will probably be a little bit out of date from when you're looking at this. This was our COVID policy back in June. I know there's another one that recently went up. You also have a lot of other key highlights of items that are coming up. And then down at the bottom of your homepage is where you have your event credits. They will look a little bit different every single year, simply because part of it is based on your placement. So this year you have one specifically for your provisional course and all those details on there. Next year you will not have that. You'll have your committee placement. If you decide to join leadership for next year, you'll have leadership training credits. So it kind of varies a little bit here and there, but for the most part, you have the same active credits as everybody else once you become an active. But there you can review your credits. You can also look at forms and docs. Forms and docs is truly the end all be all when it comes to Junior League information of where everything is stored. We have a specific JLP store and a lot of other information on the website we will get into in just a little bit. The next big thing is the membership card. This is really going to become a thing if you are in person at a general membership meeting or a GMM. They're also going to be checking out at probably some of the other bigger provisional events. One great example is going to be Super Saturdays. That is really the big time that you're going to do that. And what's great is when you're in person, you bring up your membership card, it gets scanned, and you're automatically going to see that event credit. If you are attending things virtually, it will take a little bit more time than that. It is a bit of a manual process to get everyone's event credits added. That's why sometimes it can take a couple of weeks, but it is definitely there. And that is a great way that we do the checkout. So you can see your event credits sooner than later. Right. So these are the ones that are kind of rarely used that I didn't bring up screenshots of. The calendar feed, you can actually add the JLP calendar to your Outlook, Google, any type of calendar app that you have. If you click on that calendar feed, you will have instructions to follow depending on what type of calendar it is. That is up to you if you want to add it. I don't know many people that have the full JLP calendar on their personal in that way. Usually people just log into DC to see it. You can email, group, or push notifications. These two are really only accessible for the chair and or vice chair, depending on if that committee has a vice chair or not. That way for example, being the provisional chair, I can email all the advisors right from that app right away, or I can push a notification to their cell phone if I really need to get information to them quickly. We do have other ways to be able to do that as well, but it's a great tool and resource to have right from that app. You also do have resources of forms and docs, which will go more into the desktop version. And you can also look at Zoom recordings. Starting with last year, we had everything that switched to virtual due to the pandemic. And this year, as you know, most events, especially trainings and GMMs and whatnot, are being recorded and added. So you'll see Zoom links there. So you're able to go back and rewatch everything. One big thing I will note, the majority of the Zoom recordings you cannot receive credit for. So just be aware of that. You're absolutely able to go back and watch if you're interested in any of it, but typically you are not able to get credit for watching them after the fact. And then if anyone has any questions on that so far, you can let your advisors know about what they are and make sure we can get those answered. You can also go to the Facebook page if you're on Facebook and ask some questions if you're doing them. I know most of the people that are going to be watching this after the fact are going to be doing it off our YouTube channel. Again, if you would like to ask any questions in those comments, you're more than welcome to, and we can make sure that someone is going to respond to you there. Right. The next part is the desktop app. So how to access the desktop. When you go to jlp.org, you'll select members, which is up in the right-hand corner. You log in using your last name, first name, and then the password that you submitted. If you haven't logged in yet, then you will have to set up your password, which you'll just say forgot password and be able to do that. Then you will go to the view membership homepage, which has a lot of the information we just talked about. When you access it through your mobile page and kind of comes up. Again, this was pulled back in June, July-ish, so it's a little bit out of date if you go look at it, what's currently there, but it has a lot of the main big news and announcements and reminders. If we ever have a membership survey, it will go on there. I know, for example, we have the treasurer-elect position that just kind of opened up, and information is on there of how to submit an application to the nominating committee. We have this Woman to Watch, Woman of Wonder, and Woman of Wisdom. Any league member can nominate someone for those awards and honors, which are given at GMMs. So we are able to do those types of things. I don't have the full screenshot on here just for length purposes, but if you kept scrolling down in there, you would also then go down and see your membership obligation. The next big tab is the calendar. This was the July calendar right when I took this. You will notice everything is color coded, and those are very important and help you figure out what is going on and what those events are. So what are they? You have a color code area right down here. So black are specific blackout dates, and no additional events are allowed on the JLP calendar. Pink, all pink items are volunteer action. Purple are committee meetings. These are not items that you can technically sign up for, but they are committee meetings so people know when those committees are meeting. Most are at headquarters, some are not. I would say a good chunk of committees do post when they are going to be meeting on the calendar. If you, as you guys know, as a requirement as your provisional year, you are required to go to at least one committee meeting. And this is a great way to learn when some of those are and who to contact so you can be able to attend those. You have orange, which are all the trainings, which this also includes all of your provisional events. You have red, which are the management team and board of directors meetings. Brown are fund development shifts, specifically LIPS, Rummage, any kind of special events that come up that you can sign up to actually volunteer at, things along that nature. The other one that you really won't see this year, but you will starting when you're active, is green, which is a group invitation to committee meetings. For example, yes, we will have the purple group for the committee meetings for provisional advisors, but I'm also able to send a specific group invite to the advisors where they have to RSVP, saying if they're going to attend it or not versus actually signing up for any type of events. So here on the calendar, you can see all the different details. Make sure you check these out because it will have a contact person for you. It will have the location. It will have any key specific items you need to keep and wear. Especially with volunteer shifts, there might be very specific rules and regulations you have to meet. Right now, filling out a COVID waiver form, making sure you're wearing sneakers, depending on where you're volunteering. Some places are going to require masks. So all of that information will be in those event details. So obviously be able to sign up. Again, I will remind you of that. Cancel outside that 72 hours if you need to. Otherwise, you do need to find a replacement. And on the calendar, you're also able to filter by category. So you can see the whole calendar, which is that view all, or specific events to these different areas. All right, forms and docs. Forms and docs, as I mentioned earlier, is truly where all your resources and documentation for the league are. We have our bylaws, policies, all different crisis management. We have donor relations policies. We have request forms. If you're changing your membership status, anything and everything truly is on this forms and docs. Most often, if you have questions, someone is going to refer you to forms and docs. You can also usually do your control find or command F functions, depending on if you're a PC or Mac. So you can kind of say, oh, I'm looking for something on membership, and type in membership, and you'll find where those are all kind of key and highlighted in there. All right. Next, you can also go see your profile, which is going to be when you click on your name up in the right-hand corner. Again, make sure all of your information is correct. Your email and your phone number. There are a lot of league members that will update their emails throughout the year, or if you move, it is always a good thing to do. There are league members that will reach out to people who have been given awards or nominated for different things. They're just saying congratulations, whatnot like that. So it's just meant to be a way for people to be able to communicate and send you things that are all league related. For example, when I was elected as the provisional chair, I got several cards from different past presidents and other sustainers who just sent me congratulation cards, which was a super sweet touch. And I cherish those items. So I know league members do like to do that. It's not crazy often, but it is important to keep that information up to date. The other big thing is to make sure you have some type of picture on there that is you. I have my headshot on here from about 2 years ago now. It is just really good to have on there in case you're, meeting your provisional group for the first time, or you're going to a specific new event and you're not sure what people look like. This way it gives you an opportunity to kind of get an idea who you're going to be meeting. Most people are going to wear red shirts when you're out on volunteer shifts, but this way, just in case, you kind of have an idea of who people are. You will also have down here some different information about, when did you join the league, your provisional year, active years, different things along that nature. And then any changes, you'll have a long list of different changes that have been made and when you reconfirm items. The next is you can go to your groups. Again, similar to the mobile app, you can see all of your groups, and this changes every year you're in the league to which of groups you're currently should have access to. So for example, this year for me being the provisional chair, I'm part of the management team, I have the provisional group, I have the recruitment team, I have reports, I'm also part of the training and promoting volunteerism group. So I have lots of different groups to go into depending on what is going on and what I need to do. There are other people that are on committees that have 1 or 2 groups. So it really depends on your placement of how many different groups you will have in the DC group view. Next is the directory. On the directory side, on Digital Cheetah, you have a little bit more searchability and functions. So not only with name and placement, but you can also do membership type and zip code. So membership type, so if you want to look at other provisionals or other actives or sustainers specifically, you're able to do that. You can also look at other members in your specific zip code if you're, just wanting to see who is in your area. Again, do not contact any junior league members for any outside offers or events. This is really truly meant for junior league item only and whatnot in that sense. Now, if you want to contact a sustainer, I know we mentioned this in making the most of the provisional year, to say, hey, I would love to do a virtual coffee date. Would you be interested? I want to learn more about what you do and how you've been involved with the league. By all means, yes, you can do those types of things, but we ask you not to spam members in any way, shape, or form. On the digital Cheetah side, you can also access AJLI. Your login information, they will re-ask you to log in. It is the same that you would log in for accessing the Junior League of Phoenix DC. And this is, they have a lot of other information that are out there for the association side. They also have trainings. Usually they have been doing a lot of Wednesdays, but this summer they've switched to Thursdays. So I don't know which way it will continue, but they do a lot of different trainings that people are allowed to access and have a lot of different resources for the association level. And many different of those resources can be used at the league level as well. We also do have a JLP merchandise store. One really cool thing is one of our own league members actually owns the store. So it's right here in Phoenix, and we are supporting a small business by doing it. You do not have to buy anything league related by any means. However, you will see on a lot of different events, especially for volunteer shifts, of asking you to please wear red or something junior league, just so that way we can identify one another when we're at a bigger event. So do be aware of that. Again, you're not required to, but we have a great access to be able to buy JLP merch right there on the website. All right, and again, with any questions, please reach out to either your advisors or post it right here on the YouTube channel in the comments, and someone will get back to you in that regards. I hope everyone is having a great day, and talk to you soon.